Okay, so before we proceed further, let's write a program to handle email ID, password and login button using XPaths. Okay, so just remember that I am more stressing on generating XPaths, IDs and CSS in this section because these are the key parts for Selenium. So from next section, when we start automating the things, I cannot much stress on these things again. Okay, we should more concentrate on Selenium automation, like handling radio buttons, checkboxes, drop downs, multiple windows, frames. Okay, there are a lot of things to discuss. So again, so every time when I want to pick email ID or something, we cannot have this much discussion, right? So that's why in the beginning sections, I am making sure to make all the topics clear on identifying objects. So once we are clear on our basics, so we can comfortably do more and more programs in identifying the objects in the browser. Okay, so this discussion what we are having from few lectures is must to get mastered in Selenium. Okay, so at the same time we should also not miss the flow of doing scripts. So now let me create one more test and say this as exclusively XPath test. Okay, to handle Facebook. You can do on any application, it's up to you. I am just taking Facebook as demo so that everyone can connect to that. You can pick any of your website and just do the same way what we are doing and get the XPaths and start entering something, clicking on that and getting the text from it. Okay, so the Facebook XPath, you know that the first two steps are common. You need to set the property of driver and Chrome driver, and you have to hit the facebook.com page. Okay, these three are common steps. So we should not spend much time on talking what is this step again and writing these three steps. Okay, it will take again 3 minutes just to write these three steps. So every time we can reuse the steps. So real point comes here. Once we hit facebook.com with the driver.get method, now I want to handle the find element by dot which one, only XPath, right? XPath, cool. Do you have the XPath which you written? Okay, it's not about what tool has given, it's our own XPath now. Okay, so email is the thing because we have used type attribute, right? I hope email have the right XPath. Yep, so sorry. So that is edit box, so we have to send keys. My own XPath, something I'm typing in it. And next, driver dot find element by dot XPath. Password also we have taken, I guess. Yeah, this one. This is what browser gave, this is what we prepared. So what is our simple formula? / tag name attribute equals to value. Please remember the simple formula to generate your XPaths. Password. Thank you. Hello. Alright, so till this we have done in the previous lecture itself, but with different locators. But we did not click on login because of some dynamic issue. Now we have found some unique attribute here called value. So we are using that value attribute, and this is our XPath to identify login button. XPath. So what I should do on that button? The action I need to perform is click. There is no send keys, right? No matter sending send keys into it, you have to click that button. Alright, so let me run this test and see how it goes. So you are seeing that browser got invoked and email, and you see that it clicked on login button, and that's why we are in another page. Okay, saying that your login attempt is wrong. All right, So this is how you can simply handle your test based upon your own XPath formula. So in this lecture, we have not depended on any of our browser tools. So you have to reach to this point to generate your own XPaths by seeing HTML code and by not depending upon the browser tools. Okay. So initially for practice purpose, you can start using it, but later after, few days of practice, please skip using the browser tools XPath. Okay. So because you will never get a confidence if you depend on such tools to generate XPath. All right. It's a simple formula, right? Okay, now in the same fashion, CSS also have one formula that is much more simpler than XPath. This is for XPath, right? For CSS, you need not give any slash. You can give simply tag name, and you can also skip at the rate. Simply say at attribute equals to value. That's all. Will you believe me? This is the simple syntax for CSS as well. Okay, but just don't ignore CSS. CSS is also, it seems like more powerful than XPath. Some companies will use CSS only exclusively, and some companies may also use XPath, but these are the two powerful locators which are widely used across globe for Selenium inspection. Okay, now same values, whatever I have written now with XPath, I'll comment it out and I'll write it with CSS so that you will understand how simple it is. Okay, so when you move your mouse here, ID, tag name, attribute equals to value, right? So how simple you can form now. You can just say driver find element by dot CSS selector. CSS selector. So what is the syntax? No slash, directly tag name, right? Now, if you want to give directly tag name, input is the tag name for this email box. Input. Let's write directly again rather than copying into Notepad and copying into browser for validation. You got some understanding, right? So let's not waste time in doing that steps. So tag name, or I'll put the syntax here so that you can easily refer. If I put it in test itself, this is syntax for CSS and this is syntax for XPath. So as per the syntax, we given tag name, so no slash like XPath, and at the rate attribute. Okay, let's take any attribute. So for XPath we have taken type attribute, right? So this time we will take name attribute. Name, no at the rate as per the syntax, and it's an email. Sorry. That's it. Dot send keys. My own CSS. Okay, you see that tag name, attribute, value, but skip at the rate slash as per its syntax. Okay, let's quickly cross check from our browser just to make sure you are doing the right thing. For CSS it's only $, if you remember, no X. Oh, there is an error. You see that there is an error. Try to get element with this ID, but it's not present on the page. Interesting. Why? Let's see that. Tag name is that attribute name, and value, what is this? But it's the correct one. There is no way that this is wrong. Okay, let me run this test from my Eclipse and see if this is browser error or our error. It should enter my own CSS in the email box. Okay, you see that it entered. My own CSS is in email box, so just blame on Firefox. Okay, so somehow it's not trying to recognize the CSS whatever we provided. but that's fine. But whatever the syntax we have written is correct, and we are able to automate and type it in CSS, right? So let's continue and do it same for password. So that is why I'm saying don't rely on browsers always to get XPath or CSS. So you should have your own customized XPath. So let's directly click on login. We have already seen password, so we should not waste time again much on the Facebook thing. All right. So value login, tab index 4, and let's use CSS for value login. Find element by dot CSS selector. So you can skip, you can also skip the tag name. Okay, if you want to skip, in XPath you are giving star, right? In CSS, just give it blank. Don't give anything. Leave it like that. Directly start with open bracket for @attribute. Okay, @attribute value. Oops. Click. Got it, right? So for XPath we are using star like this, but for CSS, if you don't want to use tag name, and if it want to be anything, just don't give anything, just leave it like that. So I'll run this program and it should enter email and then just click on login button. So that concludes our writing on the own customized CSS. You see that it clicked on login. Okay, yeah. So we can also replicate the CSS in another way. So I'll tell you one more way to write the CSS. So these are the standard syntaxes. First of all, if you have tag name and if you have ID, you can form CSS simply like this: tag name hash ID. This is one more syntax for CSS. Okay, so now for login button, if you see like this, or for email, let me take another website and let's do on Chrome this time. Let's go back to Salesforce to explain few other things, because will we get bored, right, if you still stick on Facebook and same browser, because you want to get habituated in multiple browsers in multiple fields. Now if I want to get this username, I can form this username with this syntax as well: tag name hash ID. Okay, so let me copy this first and copy outer HTML. I'll paste it here. Okay, so what is tag name here? Input, right? Input hash, what is ID? Username. Just you type it here, username. That's it. This is your syntax for CSS. Now you can handle this email box just with this simple syntax. Okay, this is like standard formula, but CSS also give you flexibility to generate its own locator with simple syntax like this. If you have ID, if you don't have ID, you cannot use this syntax. You should come back to again this kind of syntaxes. Okay, so I think this works now. If I paste it in the browser, hopefully it should work. So $x, sorry, CSS, right, node X. You see that it worked. Now it's identifying. Okay, so please remember this syntax as well. And there is one more for tag name dot class name CSS. Okay, now you can also form the CSS like with input dot, this is tag name, right, and dot class name like this. So that's what. Now if you see here, let me go back to Facebook, because Facebook have unique class names. Input text, right, you can write the CSS as this syntax. Tag name dot class name can be also be your CSS. So tag name is input, class name is input text. Input dot input text will give you this email field. Okay, so there are multiple things. It will identify first one, right? So that first one can be written with input dot input text. You see that? I'll try to write that CSS. Hopefully that should work. Input dot input text. So tag dot class name. Where is that? Oh, it still didn't work. Yeah, I think in Firefox there is an issue with CSS. So by the time you are seeing, you will see the right one. Okay, so in that way you can also form like this. And if you see here, CSS, what it is giving, tag name slash email, I think it's an ID. Yeah, you see that ID. Okay, dot class name. Okay, so if you say right click and copy CSS selector and paste it here, you see hash email. So what is this? You might get doubt. Okay, browser gave me this CSS, but as per your syntaxes which you told in the last three, I could not map this to anyone. You can map it here. Tag name you can skip. If you skip the tag name, it's nothing but slash ID, because ID is email here. So that's what. So CSS gave us this standard syntax, but it skipped tag name. As I told you, you can skip tag name whenever you are working, and you can skip here itself, or you can skip anywhere. Okay, that's why it skipped the tag name and just given hash ID. Okay, so please remember these syntaxes as well. So keeping that in mind, if we come back to our Chrome browser, if you want to write a password field, you can simply write either hash password. Okay, you can skip tag name, or you can give input hash password if you have ID. Let's see now. I'll just give $. I will skip the tag name which is input, and I'll just give hash ID to get my own CSS. Hash password. Let's write in double quotes. You see that it's highlighted. It will also work if you provide input tag name. So this is optional thing. See, it worked again. Got it? So please remember these two syntaxes as well to make it very simple. And these two are standard. Like these are commonly used, and these are like flexible given for CSS. Alright, so hope we have tried multiple ways to understand these locators. In the next lecture, let's continue and learn one more topic on XPath. Okay, thank you.